Welcome to Adarsh Vidyalaya Matriculation online class. Class 8, Subject Science, Unit 7, Plant Kingdom. Today we are going to study about bryophytes. We all well know Kingdom Plantae is divided into two subkingdoms, cryptogams and phanerogams. The plants which are not producing seeds are comes under cryptogams. The plants which are producing seeds are comes under phanerogams. Cryptogams are again subdivided into three divisions: Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. The same way, phanerogams also subdivided into gymnosperms and angiosperms. We have learned about thallophytes in the previous class. These thallophytes are very simplest form of organisms. Their plant body is called a thallus. They are not differentiated into root, stem and leaf. They are non-flowering plants. Their reproductive organs also simple. Thallophytes lack vascular tissues. Thallophyte group includes a large number of organisms ranging from microscopic unicellular to large multicellular organisms. They are bacteria, algae, fungi and lichens. Today, let's learn about bryophytes. This is the second division of cryptogams. Usually after some showers of rain, we might have noticed a bright green carpet-like plants covered on the tree trunks or on the walls. These green carpet-like structures are called as bryophytes. These bryophytes are small, simple green plants. Some plants are aquatic habitat. Now let's study the general characters of bryophytes. These bryophytes are primitive and simplest group of land plants. They prefer to live on shady and moist places. They are called as amphibians of plant kingdom because these plants can live in soil, but they need water for their reproduction or for their fertilization to complete life cycle. The plant body is thalloid. There is no well differentiated body structures or no specific differentiation of body structures. Their plant body is differentiated into stem-like, leaf-like, root-like structures. There is no true root, stem or leaf, etc. Instead of roots, they have root-like structures called as rhizoids. With the help of rhizoids, they are fixed in the soil. In bryophytes, the vascular system absent. Consists of xylem and phloem tissues, which is made for transportation of food and water. In bryophytes, reproduction takes place in three ways. They are asexual reproduction, sexual reproduction and vegetative reproduction. In asexual reproduction, the reproduction takes place by spore formation. Sexual reproduction is by formation of gametes. Vegetative reproduction is by tubers or gamae. When we talk about the life cycle of bryophytes, they show alternation of generation. It means it has two generations: gametophytic generation and sporophytic generation. These two generations regularly alternate with each other. This is called alternation of generation. The gametophyte is the main plant body which bears sex organs. It is the dominant stage. The sporophyte is the plant body which bears spores. The sexual reproduction is oogamous type. The male sex organ is antheridium and the female sex organ is archegonium. The male sex organ antheridium is producing male gametes, androzoid. The female sex organ archegonium producing the female gamete egg. The male gamete androzoid releases in water and swims and reaches the archegonium. So in that archegonium, the fertilization takes place. The male and female gamete fuses and forms zygote. This zygote grows as a multicellular body called as sporocyte. This sporocyte undergone meiotic division and produces spores. The sporocyte is differentiated into foot, seta and capsule. This capsule contains sporangium and inside the sporangium spores are there. These spores falls on the soil and again germinate to form gametophyte. So in the life cycle of bryophytes, two stages are there, gametophytic stage and sporophytic stage. The gametophytic stage is the main plant body, it is the dominant stage. In the gametophytes contains the sex organs. The male gametophyte producing male sex organ antheridium. The female gametophyte produces a female sex organ archegonium. The antheridium produces the male gametes androzoids. Archegonium produces the female gamete single egg. This androzoids releases the water and reaches this archegonium. Fertilization takes place there. After fertilization, zygote is formed. This zygote grows as a multicellular body called sporophyte. Classification of bryophytes. The bryophyta is divided into three classes. Class 1 Hepaticae, example liverworts. Class 2 Anthocerotae, example hornworts. Class 3 Musci, example mosses. Economic importance of bryophytes. As the bryophytes forms dense moss on the soil, they can hold the soil tightly and prevent the soil erosion. Some mosses provide food for herbaceous mammals and birds, etc. One species of bryophyte called as sphagnum provide peat. Peat is used as a fuel. It has water holding capacity, so that peat is used by the gardeners in nursery. Next, Pteridophyta. The next division is Pteridophyta. You can able to see the plants like this in your garden or sometimes on tree trunks. These beautiful plants belongs to the group Pteridophyta. These are the first two land plants on lands. They possess the vascular system. As I said vascular system means transporting system in plants. It consists of xylem and phloem tissues. Xylem is meant for the transportation of water. Phloem is meant for the transportation of food and minerals. As these pteridophytes possess vascular tissue, these pteridophytes are called as vascular cryptogams. These bryophytes also have true stem, leaves and root. But they do not produce flowers, fruits and seeds. Mostly they live in moist and shady places. These pteridophytes also exhibit alternation of generation. We all know what is alternation of generation. That means it has two phases, sporophytic phase and gametophytic phase. What is sporophytes, which is the dominant phase? The sporophyte is differentiated into true root, stem and leaves. The sporophytes reproduce by means of spores. The spores are produced in a structure called as sporangia. The sporangia bearing leaves are called as sporophyll. If you take a look at the leaf of a fern plant, At the back side we can see a brown dot-like structures. That is called as strobili. Inside the strobili, sporangia are there. The sporangia contains spores. There are two types of spores. They are microspore and megaspore. Most of the plants produce only one type of spore. It may be either microspore or megaspore. In some plants, both the type of spores are produced. These spores germinates in the soil and forms gametophyte called as prothallus. These spores falls on the soil and germinate to form a flat, green and heart-shaped structure that is called as prothallus. This prothallus can able to synthesize its food. So it can photosynthesize. The gametophyte produces multicellular sex organs. We know gametophyte means it produces sex organs. As I said you already, the male sex organ is antheridium, female sex organ is archegonium. The antheridium produces the male gamete androzoid. Female sex organ archegonium produces the female gamete egg. The androzoid fertilizes the egg and form diploid zygote. It develops into an embryo which grows again into a sporophyte. Classification of pteridophytes. The pteridophytes are classified into four classes. Class 1 Psilopsida, example Psilotum. Class 2 Lycopsida, example Lycopodium. Class 3 Spinopsida, example Equisetum. Class 4 Pteropsida, example Nephrolepis. Economic importance of pteridophytes. These plants are used as ornamental plants. It is grow as ornamental purpose in buildings, houses, etc. The rhizome and petioles of the Diopterous plant yield the vermifuge drug. The sporocarp of Marsilia, that is also called as water fan, is used as a food by the tribal people. Now let's study the difference between the bryophytes and pteridophytes. The plant body of bryophytes cannot be differentiated into root, stem and leaf. But the pteridophytes can be differentiated into root, stem and leaf. These bryophytes are amphibians as they need water for the fertilization purpose. But the pteridophytes are land plants. In bryophytes, xylem and phloem tissues are absent, but in pteridophytes, the vascular tissues are present. In bryophytes, in both bryophytes and pteridophytes, alternation of generation is there, but in the case of bryophytes, the dominant phase of the plant body is gametophyte, but in pteridophytes, the dominant phase of the plant body is sporophyte. In bryophytes, the sporophytic generation depends on gametophytic generation for the nourishment. Example, Riccia. But in pteridophytes, the gametophytic generation does not depend on sporophytic generation. Example, Selaginella. Home fun. How many classes are there in bryophytes? What are they? Write any 5 characters of bryophytes and pteridophytes. Differentiate bryophytes from pteridophytes. Thank you.